And welcome back to another episode of the Washington Nationals March to October, and it is not just another episode. We are in the World Series. I cannot stress enough how much I did not expect this. We took the worst ranked team in the entire mode in all of March to October, the 30th ranked team, and in the first season, we're in the World Series. We did it. Well, we didn't do it yet because we still got to win, but we have made it. There will be no game that we don't play. So like usual, when we start a new series here in the postseason, we're going to scout out the Yankees a little bit and then just play game one. But before we do that, I have a little stat from us that I find interesting, because if you've been keeping up during this postseason run, you know that we don't have the best offense going right now. Like, our offense hasn't really been performing as a whole. Adding it all up, we have scored a total of 26 runs so far in the postseason in our 12 games. So that is just barely over 2 runs per game, which is not good at all. But if you've been watching every episode, you'll know that we score in the clutch, and I had to go back and check. So I wanted to find out how many runs we've scored in the 9th inning or later of games. So far in this postseason, we have hit in 11 innings that are either the 9th inning or later, because we've had some extra inning games. In those 11 innings, we have scored 13 runs. So half of our runs in this postseason have come in the 9th inning or later. So as long as my math is right here, that's an average of 1.18 runs per inning. That's either the 9th inning or later. So we're averaging only just barely 2 runs a game total, but we're averaging over 1 run per inning that's the 9th or later. I don't know, I just find that crazy how our pitching is carrying us until the 9th inning, and then that's when our offense decides to come alive. All right, but let's get into scouting these New York Yankees. So let's first take a look at this screen. They won the AL East this year. They had 96 wins. So their record was 1 game better than ours, but they finished the regular season on a 5-game losing streak. They are the 3rd ranked team though. So in terms of player attributes and those rankings, this will be our toughest opponent yet. So what does their team look like? Let's take a look. Offensively, they have Oswald Peraza leading off, and then LeMahieu batting second. So another team here batting 2 of their worst, actually, in terms of ratings. Their 2 worst players in this starting lineup versus righties is batting 1 and 2. That's a choice. Peraza was not amazing in the regular season. I mean, 242 average, 300 on base, 13 bombs. That's, you know, whatever. It's not anything to be scared about. LeMahieu wasn't that great either. Numbers continue to dip for him, and he regressed a ton. But then, I think this is where it gets scary, because, yeah, it's Judge. 99 overall, 41 homers, 298 average, 398 on base. I mean, it's Aaron Judge. Anytime he steps up to the plate, he's going to be scary. And then Stanton might even be scarier these days. Another crazy amount of power. He hit 46 bombs. Don't know why he's trying to steal as often as he was. Then you got Glaber. Didn't hit a ton of homers. Well, I guess it's only his power against lefties. That's good. But 18 homers with a 288 average. Don't really want to have a lefty facing him. Then you got Anthony Rizzo, who hit 29 homers himself. Not the highest average. And then the other, well, this one's an Oswaldo. 20 bombs for him, though. 20 bombs for Oswaldo Cabrera. 259 average. I don't know. Honestly, a lot of these, well, Bader. Wow, okay. So he was hurt to start the year in real life. So he was a September call-up that stayed around. He did not play well, though, in the games that he did play. And then Jose Trevino as the catcher. Actually, surprisingly good for him. 273 average. But honestly, most of this, at least their starting lineup here, all very similar. Not like crazy high batting averages. I mean, I think the highest was Judge at a 298, which is good. But most of this team is just kind of like not high average hitters, but they're all home run threats. Donaldson on the bench. Yeah, that's about what you expect these days from him. Aaron Hicks on the bench. Nothing really to worry about there. Backup catcher, and then Kiner Falefa. So yeah, there is really nothing to worry about on their bench. But I guess that makes sense now when their team rankings had the contact ranked 20th. The pitching, though, seems to be what might be scary. Because, like, yeah, okay. So they got Carlos Rodon at a 93, Cole at a 90. So they have 2 90-plus overall starters. Kind of reminds me of the Phillies, but I don't remember remember what Nola and Wheeler's ratings were. But then their 3 and 4 pitchers are also pretty high rated. I mean, higher than any of our pitchers are. 86 Severino and 84 Cortez. What did their seasons look like? Rodon was good, 2.71 ERA. Cole, 3.37 ERA. Not that many strikeouts though, by his standards, especially in relation to the innings pitched. Severino, 4.33 ERA. I mean, that's fine. It's not anything to be super afraid of. Cortez, 3.50. And then Frankie Montes only made 6 starts, but he still pitched 42 innings. That's 7 innings a start. He also would have been a September guy that stuck around. Domingo Herman in the bullpen, I would imagine, yeah, he was the starter for most of the year, and he was decent. Clark Schmidt didn't pitch at all during the regular season. Luis Heel, that's his name, right? That's how you pronounce it. No innings during the regular season. Johnny Lasagna, I know he's going to be tough to face, so I don't really, those numbers, not really looking at him because we know what he's going to throw and what's going to be difficult. This dude with a 4.13 ERA, Marinaccio, they only have 2 pitchers over an 80 overall in the bullpen, but they're both going to be tough. Michael King with that sinker slider combo. 2.49 ERA for him. He was the closer for most of the year. 47 saves. I don't know why he would lose that closer role now. Clay Holmes didn't put up crazy numbers during the regular season, but sinker slider for him too with a bit of a difficult release. Wandy Peralta was no good, and I think he's their only lefty in the pen. I don't know, man. Why am I sitting here not all that scared of the Yankees? Like, all we gotta do is find a way pitching to not let them see pitches that they can turn on and hit out of the stadium. And then hitting, we just gotta tire out their starters. Get to that bullpen. As long as it's not Michael King or Clay Holmes, we should put up the runs. I guess I'm massively oversimplifying both those things I just said, but I don't know. For some reason, the Yankees don't scare me as much as some of the other teams we've faced. How about how they're playing so far in the postseason? They've played 14 games, so they've had to play 2 more than we have. Aaron Judge is going crazy. 22 hits, 407 average, not hitting, I mean, 4 home runs is good, but it's not like Mike Trout numbers, what he was putting up. Stanton's also hit 4 bombs. They've hit a lot of homers actually in this postseason. By my count, they've hit 22 homers in this postseason, and we've only scored 26 runs. Bader's actually doing pretty good though. His numbers were not good in the regular season when he played, but at least in terms of average, the only consistent players have been him and Judge. Everyone else has kind of been boom or bust with the home runs. And then their pitchers, Garrett Cole's been really good with a 1.44 ERA. Rodon, not really. He has gotten hit around. Severino's been solid, and Cortez hasn't been good. Maybe they've just been facing teams who hit lefties better. Their bullpen arms, these top 3 here, they've given up enough runs. Peralta, nothing, and then Schmidt doing pretty good. They've used Clay Holmes the least of who, well, probably because he's been the closer. Okay, that makes more sense. I don't know. This should be an interesting matchup, an interesting World Series matchup. I don't know why I get the sense of not really being as scared of the Yankees as other teams, but that's just kind of how I feel. But we can't stumble at the last obstacle here. This is it. We have made this Cinderella run come true, making it all the way to the World Series. We shouldn't be here. We're not supposed to be here, but since we are, we may as well just win the whole thing. So here we go. Game 1 of the World Series. We are winning 2-1, but they have a runner on first and nobody out, so let's get into it. Man, and just think of the Yankees fans right now in this universe. They're all hyped up because they finally made it back to the World Series, because they actually didn't have to face the Astros this time in the playoffs. And now they made it. They're facing a team like the Nationals. They're looking at us like, oh, this is ring number 28 here. But no, it's not. We have another Dom Smith home run, and Lane Thomas has also driven in a run on a double. That's where our offense has come from. We have Strasburg on the mound. He's given up 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 9, still has no walks. For them, it was a Stanton homer. That's their entire offense. Carlos Rodon on the mound, giving up 2, also struck out 9. That's another thing I didn't mention though, is this Yankees starting lineup is pretty much like all righties, and that is so good for what we are going to be throwing on the mound. We have a bullpen full of righties, a starting rotation full of righties. They're only going to be seeing righties in this series. And there we go, Strasburg sitting him down right away. That's 10 strikeouts for him. And there is exactly what I wanted. Let's turn our double play and have Aaron Judge coming up with nobody on base. All right, we've got our stretch of 3 lefties here at the bottom of the order. So they're going to be sticking with Rodon out there. But Dickerson, he's done a little bit of damage against lefties this postseason. We hit that bomb with him. Now I'm just taking 2 pitches that are right there, though. And then they don't let me hold up. Whatever. Man, why can't I... He's throwing fastballs right down the middle. Abrams? No, I thought that was more of a blooper. Oh, and that was a perfect. Come on, man. Had to be hit right to him. That's fine, though. I mean, we had 3 guys who struggle lefty-lefty coming up against a 93 overall lefty. What are we really going to expect? I mean, I made a perfect swing. All right, now it's Judge. Now it's that tough part of the order. Strasburg has so much energy left, though. Here we go, trying to keep everything low, and we get Judge grounding out. Oh, and we get Stanton. Nice slurve. And another strikeout. That's 12 for Strasburg. Another good inning for him. He is still rolling. He might keep going. They're going to a new arm, though. Johnny Lasagna coming out of the pen. Man, he threw nothing but slurves that caught the meat of the plate that whole at bat. It took 4 of them for me to finally hit one. But there we go. Now we got some speed on first. I might bunt him over. Let's see if Robles wants to bunt him over. Okay, fine. I guess that's a sign. We swing the bat. Let Robles do some work. Oh, and he got... I was so ready for an inside fastball there. That was so hittable if I was able to wait back. But here we go. Meneses, put one in the gap. We got enough speed. That'd be an insurance run. Oh, Meneses, no, he just missed that. Oh, that's gotta carry more. Game, that's a pretty good swing. You can't even really say I was under it. That's gotta be a line drive. All right, Candelario draws the walk on a 3-2 count. That brings up Dom Smith, already a homer today. Oh, I know it's a short porch, but I don't think I got enough. Yeah, not even close. That was another swing that was actually pretty solid. I got around on it. The PCI was technically on it. You'd like to see that come off the bat harder. All right, well, I am sticking with Strasburg here. I think Rizzo is their only actual lefty in this lineup, and he actually hits lefties better overall. So we're just better off sticking with righties the entire time. We might not even see Mantiply in this series. And we get him with the circle change. That's 13 strikeouts for Strasburg. Ground ball. Abrams fields it clean. We're good. Every time a ball is hit to him, I hold my breath. But most of the time, he makes the play. And Bader with the grounder. Smith has got it. That is 8 strong for Strasburg. And I'm thinking I might try and go CG. They've got 9-1-2 coming up next inning. But 1 and 2 are their 2 worst hitters. And, well, I guess so is 9. So that's their 3 worst hitters in the lineup coming up. If there was ever a spot where we could extend a guy to get a CG, it is now. And that's another walk drawn here. It's K-Bear Ruiz to lead it off. Corey Dickerson up. We got those 3 lefties coming up here. This is a good spot for them. Man, though, Dickerson has 84 contact, and his PCI is still this small. Oh, I feel like I gotta hit that. Oh, yeah, this dude's got 98 hits per 9. Now that makes sense why the PCI is so small. Oh, we worked that all the way back from 0-2 to 3-2, and then I just finish it the same way I started the at-bat by being too early on the circle change. That was so hittable. Oh, I actually waited back on it. The PCI must have been off. Yeah. Ah, that's nice. Abrams hitting into... Oh, wait, no, he beat it out. All right. Not the double play. We got one more AB here. Well, hopefully more than one, but Luis Garcia gets a chance to bat here after the hustle. And he's just going to ground it out. All right, so no runs is going to have to be enough. Going to have to make this 2-1 lead we loaded in with stick. I am sticking with Strasburg. He even still has green energy. No, come on. Can't be allowing the leadoff base runner. Okay, I'm going to give him one more. I'm going to give him another shot here. Oh, this could definitely be a sack bunt situation, couldn't it? No speed, though, on first. If he bunts it hard enough... Oh, yeah, we got the out at second. Might even... No, we can't. Too fast running to first. All right, well, we still face LeMahieu here. If we don't get him and Judge comes up, we're going to a new arm. Oh, that's actually kind of scary, but one pitch gets LeMahieu almost to the track. But yeah, I don't want to mess around with a tired Strasburg against Judge. We're going to a new arm. It's going to be Scott Efros, who I'm going to here. I know we have Kenley, and he's the closer, but I don't know. I'm feeling Efros more than Kenley right now. Oh, he's stealing? Okay, Bear Ruiz, you gotta get a hand on it there. I don't know if we throw him out, but I'd like the chance. Oh, I don't know. I'm not trying to walk Judge because it's still just Stanton up next. And Judge is the winning run, so you don't want to put him on for free, but I guess there it is. Oh no, Stanton, don't do it to me here. Okay, there's one. No, you have to swing at that. How are you laying off of that? There we go, way out in front of it. You're getting another slider. And that got him out of the zone chasing. Efros gets the job done. That's one of those that I don't ever feel good about when we load in with the lead and I don't do anything to extend that lead and we just hold it where it's at. But you know what? We still had to hold it where it's at. We still had to keep them from scoring. Our pitching carried us through another game there. We win another game with a low score by 1 run. That's just us continuing what's won us all these games here in the postseason. How about Steven Strasburg adding to his postseason resume here? They always want to give postseason MVPs to hitters in this game, but I really don't think you can even make an argument that any of our hitters should get it, especially with the kind of postseason that, well, especially Strasburg is putting together. If they still find a way to give it to a hitter, this game's broken. All right, this might be big, judging by how I played that game. What's the situation for game 2? We're winning again. 1-run lead once again in the bottom of the 6th. If all we do is hold on to it, that'll give us a 2-0 series lead. But that is going to do it for game 1 here of the World Series. We're going to play games 2 and 3 in the next episode. So as always, guys, make sure if you enjoyed today's video, you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. This is not the only season of the Nationals March to October. We got so much more to go. But guys, that does it for me today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.